Hello, this is John Martin. I'm the co-founder of YBLA, and I'm so excited to tell the origin story of the organization. I'm often asked, how did you start YBLA? I was in a military family. My family and I, we moved around every 2 years. I moved from Miami, Florida to Woodbridge, Virginia. And during that time, when I got there, I had some really struggles my first couple of years there. But I met a high school coach that was a young African American man. I had four friends that were also in the military that moved into town. They were all student athletes. And then that actually helped me become a student athlete. My senior year, I was playing multiple sports. I was thinking about going to college because all my friends wanted to go to college. And I went to my guidance counselor and said, hey, I want to go to college. I just need some guidance. I took my letters in there from the schools that were recruiting me. My guidance counselor looked at my letters, looked at my grades, and looked at me and said, you're not college material. Now that threw me for a loop, but I went back to my coach and to my friends, and they all supported me and gave me guidance. And that was the hump that got me over. And that's why we created the organization, is really to be able to bring positive peers together, to have strong people in their lives and make a true impact. Fast forward along, I got married to Miss Tammy, had a daughter, was working at Hewlett Packard. One day Miss Tammy asked me, what are you passionate about? And I didn't know at the time. So I prayed about it and tried lots of things, but I went to a conference called the Get Motivated Conference. And at that conference, lots of speakers, Rudy Giuliani, Zig Ziglar, Colin Powell, Susie Orman. As Rudy Giuliani was talking about leadership, I get this vision from God that said, what would it look like if you started an organization for young black men and had this kind of star power? The next vision was, what kind of impact could you have on Charlotte? And then the final vision was, what kind of impact could you have if you took it around the world? So that led me to start an organization called YBM, Young Black Male Leadership Alliance. And that organization is really the starting point of YBLA. We did that for 10 years. And then after those 10 years, someone would ask us about the young ladies. And I'll let Miss Tammy talk more about how we got into the young lady side of the organization, but that's the origin of the organization. That's how we got started. And I'm so excited to be able to look forward to the great things that we're going to do.
Hello, my name is Tammy Martin, and I'm also a co-founder of YBLA. To give you a little background about me, I am from Statesville, North Carolina, and I graduated from East Carolina University. Go Pirates. I have 25 years experience in healthcare, where I specialize in occupational therapy with the elderly population. My vision and purpose at the time of during my 25-year career was to build a retirement community for seniors. Evidently, God had it another way. God saw fit that he wanted me to join John in building an organization for young black leaders. On December the 17th, 2015 was when God personally spoke to me. He told me to stop making the excuses and start Young Black Women. Now, as John was saying earlier, during the 10-year span of YBM, we would have parents ask all the time about, well, what about the girls, or what about the girls? So at that time, I was always ducking and diving with that because I knew there is no way I was going to start a girl program because, as I was telling you, my background was in elderly patients. So on that particular day, God said, stop the excuses and start it. So I did. At that time, John and I had a daughter that was a sophomore in high school. So I took her and 3 of her friends and pulled the girls together, and we planned start building the organization. We came up with the colors, which was purple. They came up with a logo, tagline, and we also planned our first conference, which happened in 2016. At that time, we were thinking, oh, if we just get 100 people to show up, it would be great, because we'd been young black men for 10 years. We didn't think we would have as much. Much to our surprise, by the end of this, probably by the first week we opened up registration, in 4 days, we sold out a 600-seat auditorium. That right there validated what God put in me to do. So I knew right then that we had something special. The conference was a great success. After the conference, John and I came back together and said, you know what? God has really given us a special assignment. And I feel that if we would merge it together, it would be even more powerful. And that's what we did. So YBM plus YBW became Young Black Leadership Alliance, what you know today as YBLA. And at the end of the day, we are creating a new reality for young Black leaders just like you, because you are amazing, and we know that you can change the world, and we want the world to see what you can do and what you will do. So again, congratulations, and we look forward for you joining our legacy and making a difference in the world.